So what's going on, man? You obviously got a fight scheduled, Donald Cerrone, UFC 213, July 8th in Las Vegas. It's going to basically match the longest layoff of your career. What's this layoff from the octagon been like for you?
Nothing. Just spending time with my family, spending time with my son, just doing those types of things. I've been working out, but everything's been good. Just getting my life situated and getting ready to get back in the octagon.
When you say getting your life situated, was there anything that you needed to address, I guess? Like to take a break from like hard training camp, being around in a fight week? Was there anything in particular that you wanted to get a control of before you fought again?
No, not really. Just hanging out with my family, relaxing. Not really, just kind of living life and not getting ready for a fight.
Is that something you feel like you haven't done enough of throughout your career, that fighting is sort of taken away from, the family life and the normal life that the rest of us get to enjoy? Like, is that a big sacrifice you feel you've made?
Yeah, it's definitely a sacrifice I've made, but it's been worth it. But just have to find time to spend time with my family and do those other things. It's not all about me anymore.
Well, I was able to speak to you late last year before. Actually, it was after the fight. Your fight against Cowboy had gotten called off of UFC 205. And what you told me, I believe it was in October, you said, I think everyone just kind of assumes the reason I'm not fighting is health. But that's not the facts. It's one of those things where I wanted to take a step back and realize what I wanted and why I wanted it. My whole life I've went out there and strived, and this time I just needed to take a step back, relax and not rush it, make sure all the pieces were in the perfect place. So I guess what I'm asking is, that part that stands out to me is you needed to step back and realize what you wanted and why you wanted it. What was the conclusion that you got to? Like, what are you looking for out of your fight career at this point?
Really, I'm just looking to have a good time and win fights and knock people out. But
isn't that what you were doing all the time?
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. But I think I just wanted to hang out with my family a little bit more, spend some time with my son, and do those types of things for a little bit. But you don't really know with the UFC what you're getting fight-wise. It seemed like when I first got back to the UFC, just win fights, and you get a title shot. So hopefully that's still the case, and we'll see.
Do you think that's not the case?
You never know what direction they're going, but first things first, got to win a fight and see what happens after that.
Well, to hear you bring up the title shot and just, usually if you win fights, you get one. So that I guess means to me that you are interested in getting your title back, right? I mean, is that what the motivation is? Is that something you really, really need or want to accomplish before your career is over?
I don't think I really need that, but I think that's a goal. I mean, that's the end all. Just win a title and be the best in the world. That's what I'm striving for. But more than that, it's being a better fighter and making sure I'm getting better every day and fulfilling my full potential.
So during this time you've been away, news came out that you were leaving American Top Team, and this is something that fans have a lot of interest in. I get people hitting me up on social media all the time, especially when that news was sort of circulating. Why is Robbie leaving American Top Team? And you were that camp's first champion, and you've decided to part ways. Can you tell us why? Why was that? Why did you decide to change camps?
No, it was time for me to go. It wasn't the place for me. I have a lot of friends and buddies still trading there, but the place wasn't for me anymore. That's what I have to say about it.
What do you think is the key in your fight against Cowboy Cerrone? He was on this podcast a couple weeks ago, and I asked him what his game plan was, and he basically said game plan. He's just going to meet you in the middle and throw down is what he said. Is that... I mean, that's the fight that everybody's expecting. Is that the fight that you're expecting? Is that the fight that you want to get into with Donald Cerrone?
I'm not really too worried about that right now. That's a little ways out, but I'm just getting my body in shape and making sure I work on all my skills. And wherever the fight goes, I want to be prepared. And if someone's standing right in the middle with me, they're getting beat up.
What's it like for you getting your body ready for a fight? I mean, you're not an old man by any stretch of imagination, but you had a long career. What's it like getting your body ready for a big fight at this point?
Same thing as usual. I don't ever get my body out of shape. I have my strength and conditioning coach down here right now, staying with me, getting me ready. We're working out every day, so my body's pretty good. It's just making sure I peak at the right time, making sure I'm flexible, making sure my speed's there, my power's there. So it's just a work in progress and trying to get better.
And how about the mental aspect of it, Rob? I mean, just from a motivational standpoint, you were in some absolutely incredible fights over the last couple years, and then you did suffer a knockout loss. Was there any residual effects just of the trauma to the head? You know, that's a part of the sport, and we all know it. It's not something that's fun to talk about, but did you ever experience what was the residual effects, if any, for you when it comes to just the head trauma?
Oh, I mean, nothing as far as I know and can feel. I mean, it's just one of those things where you just try to eat right, take care of your body, not take any lumps in practice, try not to take any lumps in fights, and hope for the best.